welcome from N0NWX. This is Mike 7, Charlie here, and that's a Ragchew Net. I'm going to still take the echoes, right, that's all good. And there is audio coming from the source I selected and going out there. So that's all good there. So W.D.R.G can stand down on that one. All the chat that I did see on the start of the net there just before. We're talking about of course, things not working, but yeah, it's all working. I can hear my own audio going through it, so it's all good. So, Michael teed up as the live stream started, and so did Steve GW5VOG. So we're gonna go. Well, basically, we're gonna see who else would like to join us. So, right, I know that 2W1TER. Yeah, 2W1TER is listening, WX, so I can put that as listening. So if you'd like to be number 5, go ahead with your call sign, name and location.
Gee, Sarah, I use that in the road in Cambridge.
Yeah, got you there, Rod, and of course, yeah, I got Robert's call sign wrong. He's chucking messages at me, but I'm only getting little bubbles. But yeah, it's PXW, but yeah, the dyslexic way, I'm quite correct anyway. So he's listening, so I will mark that as listening. Roger's here with us. So that's all good. So if you'd like to be number 6 into Saturday Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location.
Mike 7 Echo Mike Hotel from Minsterworth and Sooty.
Okay, nothing heard that, so we will. Oh, hang on, there's somebody. Yeah, M7, yeah, I did double with you, but I've got you into the log there. So, right, we go up to the top of the list, and we will take it to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Hey, Chris, this is Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa, coming to you from Lebanon, Tennessee, United States of America. It's about 25 degrees Celsius here, fine spring day so far, and it's going to be a nice warm one. So tomorrow is my happy Mother's Day here, and it's supposed to get a little bit of rain back, which is about par for the course here in the springtime. I was looking at your picture on the YouTube blog, and I hope you're going to explain to us what we're seeing here. I'm going to assume one was Monty and the other one looks like a space alien that's come down to Earth during Christmas, but I'm not for sure. So maybe you could explain that to you. Well, Steve, good to have you here with us this week. 3 Musketeers, 4 Musketeers, whichever. Have another net going. Looks to be a good one. I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5 from Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, the picture we're looking at is Monty, also aka Dave Clark, with the real name, and of course, yeah, he went under many other aliases on Facebook. With different personalities as well, but yeah, with Monty as we know him, right there, of course, yeah, that last Sunday, I thought I haven't heard from Monty, and I went back through the live streams on YouTube, and it had been 7 weeks since he'd been on, and I went on a little digging mission through his profiles, because he had interlinked them all together, which was a good thing. And then I found the announcement that he had passed and peacefully in his sleep. So, of course, yeah, well, you know, there's a lot on the family plate, but also, yeah, we get out to the amateur radio community as well. Of course, it's my birthday in May, so on the 29th, so of course, it pops up on Facebook, where you want to pay it to. So I put the fundraiser to the hospice, who passed Monty. So that is Monty and his garlic. At Christmas, he decorated it. He put a voice box in there. I remember him telling us about it on the radio, and he was playing. He put a Bluetooth speaker synced through his phone, and he was playing Indian Christmas carols through it and annoying his neighbours. He even had, if you look very closely, there's actually Christmas lights on it, so he decorated it like a tree. But that was his pride and joy, his garlic, yeah, he used to have a little bit of fun with that. So yeah, exterminate, got to him. So we're going to go right to Steve at GW5, W.D.R.G.
GW5EOG returning. Good evening, Chris, Michael, Rod, and I think Sooty's there somewhere. Good evening to you all. I all the half of not doing it tonight because I'm absolutely exhausted. I was up at the crack of dawn this morning. We had a little radio rally and tabletop sale at our local club. In the social club where we meet, and it was very successful. Good turnout of traders and customers on the door, and we raised a nice bit of money, and yeah, it was quite good fun. It was a bit stressful first of all because I had to sort of put the exhibitors, the traders on different tables. The person that had organised it all had gone on holiday. That's sort of in the lurch. So I didn't really know much about it, so what he said to people and that. So it was a little bit stressful, but anyway, we got over it, we got everybody in the end, and everything went really well. So the weather was lovely as well. About a week ago it said it's going to be rainy for a lot of the day, but we had lovely sunshine. We're by the seaside, so lovely lawn going down to the sea, so it was really nice. With that, back to you, Chris M7CCS from GW5. You.
7, Charlie Sierra. Well, yeah, it seems like you have a bit of a day there, and of course, yeah, all good there. So, yeah, well, yeah, nobody was forgiving you if you didn't come. But of course, yeah, I did try and inform you via Facebook as soon as I found out I am Monty. But of course, yeah, you never know nowadays whether someone's ready or not with bubbles and things like that. That come out as messages. So, yeah, there is that. But, yeah, I don't think
So this in a few weeks ago. I can't even want to break you up. I'll just come back to you, Chris. Am I still coming through all right?
well, coming through, you're coming through me on WiresX, I will change the audio source, for the live stream, and, then it should, all be okay. Back over to you there, Rob. Okay, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, you were coming through, absolutely fine there, Rob. Go ahead.
You said sorry about that. I dropped the radio. And it's all disconnected. Yeah. Okay. Well, so, right. I'm doing. T0, use that. I'm walking around the store. Right. Yeah. Sounds all right about Steve on your tabletop sale and what have you. I'm glad it went well for you, and like you said, it was a good day otherwise. And Michael, your weather sounds even better than ours, which is pretty good for the UK. So, yeah, really. I haven't done the radio this week. I had every intention to do radio yesterday and today, and never got around to it. Too many other things going on, but never mind. So, pass it back to you, Chris. M7CCS, use it.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, yeah, no problem there, and, yeah, everything was coming through there. There was a slight dip when you were discussing, and dropping the radio, that's not too good for it. But, yeah, it still works afterwards. But, yeah, since you're using WiresX, yeah, it's not for me, of course, I'm using WiresX as well, so, it comes through, just that little bit, the audio, you just know that the audio is a little bit different. So, and of course, yeah, it is a very nice audio, especially when you got a nice extension speaker in like I have as well. So, right, we will, the state of city is only listening or if he's joining next time. I'll also acknowledge Kilo 2 Hotels, 2 Echo Tom, and of course, I did see you tee up in between one of the crossovers there. So, right to you there for the M7 EMH.
Yeah, Monty, next up, I'm going to go for this one. Yeah, good evening, guys. Nice to hear from you all. Yeah, there's a little bit of a problem on Peanut. I don't know whether it's my side, but it's not robotic. It's not even robot. It's just like little packets of information missing. So it's like specially, but it is audible. And yeah, like I said, I could be going for my internet. But otherwise than that, it's working. Everything's going through the system as it should do, and yeah, working well. Yeah, progress on the ATB. We've got bits and pieces to start messing about with it. We have started another project, quick deploy 2 meters and quick deploy 4 meters. Gonna go and see mine tomorrow and pick up some bits. I've got antenna which is coming on Tuesday, I do believe, for 4 meters. So yeah, all looking good. But yeah, I'll keep monitoring and I'll come back in next time. So back to M7CCS from my son. That's all I'm going to tell.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, right, Wayne with double that. So, of course, we have GW7 ODT, Mike, and yeah, first person to ever help me with a YSF-CQNW. So, all them years ago. Yeah, the memories still there. So, I've got you in the log there. So as we go down the list, we get that. So next in the log is Kilo 2 Hotel Zulu Echo. Tom, we're going to use that. Okay, except, yeah, your audio wasn't coming out of my live stream, but I've gone to a different source, so I'll find out if that works there. But I think you went across the radio network, you definitely went across the DMR network and everything. So, yep, it is working for you there, Tom. So, next we will go round to Mike, GW7 ODP.
GW7 ODP. Good evening, Chris. Good evening, everybody. Sorry, I don't know many people's calls out. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, got a frog in my throat. Yeah, I'm responsible for inflicting Chris upon you. I'm not sorry about that, chaps. No, I'm not really. Chris does mention the fact now and again that it's all my fault, and it is all my fault. I do apologise. But I don't get much chance to come on a Saturday, unfortunately. But today's a slightly different day, so I thought, well, I'll have a quick jump in and say hello, good evening, and how are you all? Back to you, Chris, GW7ODP.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, yeah, it's there, and of course, yeah, that WiresX bug, it went into me, and yeah, it stuck with me, I suppose. And the Yaesu bug, because I got the FT70, I got the FTM100, which served me as a radio, and then it was the gateway, and then of course, yeah, I'm now using an FTM200, whilst we do this net, so it's all good there. So I do like the Yaesu radio, but I like my DMR radio for portability as well. And of course, yeah, the DMR radio's got a little bit better battery life than the FT70, but the FT70 is still going. So it's only ever had a new battery, and that's all it's ever had. So what we'll do is we'll see if anybody else would like to join us on the Saturday Ragchew Net. If you would, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over.
To Mike 0 Kilo India Echo, my name's Smokey, and we're in Scotland. Just listening by Tina at the moment. Something not too bad. But I will be listening for the rest of it, just keep it in my eye. So I'll say yes, 20 fees now, and customer at home from M6 DQB.
Okay, right. I saw 2M0OKI Smokey, yeah, from Scotland, and of course, yeah, that call sign came in with 2W1TER at the same time, on the Ragchew Net that Monty first ever came into, and they came under different call signs. I can't remember what they were now. But of course they both did intermediates, and they both came in with those call signs. And it was questionable, are they real? And things like that. So I saw that call sign. I saw M6DQB, and I saw another call sign, I think it said Tom, going across it as well. But of course that one didn't come up on the dashboard, and it was Pablo saying goodbye to somebody. I don't really know what was going on there. So we will go round to the first, well, the official check-in with the first key up I saw, which was 2M0KIE.
To Mike 0 India Echo. Yes, thanks very much. Thanks for your help earlier on the Facebook Messenger, helping me get this set up again. I would usually, when I'm on radios or hotspots and whatnot, I would always ask Monty, say, hey, can you fix this for me? And they say, aye, what you done to it now? Tell him, and he'd fix it for me. So, thanks for helping me fix it, Chris. I worked it out to get the IB for 300. I just pressed the GM button. I just tapped that GM button and it brought up TX DGIBs, and then I just pressed the button in and then dialed it to what I wanted it to be. So thanks for letting me for helping me get it set up there. I didn't really know what your topic of conversation was really, because I just came in there the last minute, so I do apologise. So I'll pass it back to you, Chris. Net Control M7CCS from 2M0KIE Smokey in Scotland.
Yeah, Mark 7, Charlie Sierra. Yeah, not a problem there. And of course, yeah, it's just a general Ragchew Net, but of course, many of us on here, we all knew Monty, and of course, yeah, we've got to put that tribute out there, and of course, yeah, questions are asked, and then of course, yeah, we jog the memory on it. Yeah, that's one of the ones I was always asking him if he found his 10mm spanner. So that was a joke that went on and on as well. So Right, I'll see if anyone else would like to check in. If you would, go ahead with your call sign, name and location. Hand it over to be number 10.
Yeah, Mike 0 Lima Hotel Juliet, David, and the QTH is Oswestry. Hopefully you can hear me over.
Golf 3, Sierra Echo Alpha. Paul in Honolulu, stroke Kilo Hotel 6.
Yeah, okay. I got David M0LHJ, and I got Paul in Honolulu. And I'm looking at it how it's spelled there, and it came up in my log. Golf 3, Sierra Echo Alpha. Any more check-ins? And then we'll go round the couple that we've got in, and then we go to the top of the list. Okay, nothing heard there, so we will go to the top of the list, and we will go to Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. Round to you there, Michael.
Chris, this is Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa, and as Chris would say, as Monty would say, I'm approximately 4,163 miles from Chris. And things are sounding pretty good today. You've quite a few people joining us. And life is pretty good this week. Today has been a really good FT8 day, Rod. If you've been on there, I hope it's as good for you today as it has been for me. I actually met a QSO on FT8 on 6 meters. The man was 900 miles away from me, and we made our connection, made our QSO on 6 meters, which is the farthest I've ever been on 6 meters, at least as far as this goes, my time anyway. I tried to do a little FT4 earlier this week, and it's been off and on for me a little bit more successful than some, because I rarely get any contacts on FT4, but I've made actually about 7 or 8 this week. It's been kind of interesting. So for me, it's been a good radio week. And I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Welcome everybody to the net. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Thanks very much there, Michael. Otherwise, I'm trying to read messages. So I'm dropping out. Need to listen, Pablo, if you can use Peanut. Yeah, I'm using a different source to you guys. You're experimental, and of course, yeah, because I'm using that different source, I use that for the live stream. So it's actually going out on the live stream as well. But I can't actually use that. There's no microphone in for that. So we will go round to Steve at GW5 VOG.
GW5VOG returning. Thank you, Chris. Good evening to all our new net participants around the world. Tom, you were wondering about whether you were coming through. You're coming through beautifully from the Bronx. Nice to have you on. I seem to recall your NDAV's friend, but considering you're friends, you both live a long way from each other, so a long way to travel to meet up. Anyway, Chris, I did see your message about Monty. I haven't had a chance to sort of look into it too much. I had a very, very busy week this week, and kind of started off Tuesday morning, I had to go to someone else's funeral, the Deputy Commander of the Cardiff and District Raynet, which I'm a member of, and he was a bit of a shock. He was only 63, the guy, and he had a heart problem and quite a few months ago, and he was quite ill with that, and then he sort of got over it, and he'd come back to our meetings and that sort of thing, and then the next minute he's gone. So it was a really nice funeral, nice service, and he was also a member of St. John's Ambulance. So we had a guard of honour when his coffin arrived of St. John's Ambulance people and Raynet, and we did that thing with our handhelds. We all held them up, and somebody read in a eulogy on the frequency, so that it came out through all our radios. So that was quite good. So yeah, I've had a busy week. I'll carry on about the rest of it on the next over. So M7CCS from GW5VOG. Back to you, Chris.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Yes, it's all okay. Not a problem there. And yeah, I'm just taking down call signs that are listening there. Or they might actually check in and then they just go into play. So yeah, but I'm getting them from the Peanut in cqnorthwest. The one that I just wrote, it just jumped. But it's all good. But yeah, anybody on the net and participating, of course, yeah. So N6UTC is listening on YouTube, so it'll go in now, N6UTC, into the growing log there. So thanks very much for listening there, Enda. So right, we've gone round Steve, of course. Yeah, I don't normally have to scroll, but Barry's listening. So it's round to Rod, G0EUZ.
G0EUZ, back to the group. Yes, good evening to the new joiners. Be interesting to hear what you've got to say. I've not a lot to add at the moment, so Michael, I didn't get on the radio at all. I had every intention, but I didn't get there, so I'm glad you did. Well, 6 meters, I've hardly ever worked 6 meters. It's never been good for me. But there you go. I'm not too bothered. I do have a 6 meter antenna up. It's only a dipole, a wire dipole. And I believe at the moment we're not doing too good on the propagation, the sunspots and all that. It sounds like it's on the way down, even though it's only just got to the top. So maybe we're coming to the end of the good cycle, aren't we? I think the last good one that I remember hearing about was back in the 80s. I've never had much luck since. So I'll pass it back to you, Michael, and you can bring in the new guys. M7CCS, G0EUZ.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, I'll answer to anything. Michael, Chris, Steve. I could answer to Rod. But we'll go round to City now, who can also answer Chris. M7EMH, round to you there. Okay, or not. So we'll go round to Tom. Kilo 2, Hotel, Zulu, Echo. Okay, nothing heard there. Yep, I'm just checking, making sure I'm going through things. But of course, yeah, I can see an audio level on the live stream, so I am going through. Right, we will go for Mike, see if Mike's still there. GW7ODP.
GW7ODP. Yeah, I'm still here. I am going to make this a final now. I've got some stuff to do. Technically, I'm semi-retired, but I haven't done any work. I suppose I've done some work today, and I haven't. And this is normally why I'm not able to get on in the evening. But I decided this evening, it was a lovely day today until it started raining, and I thought, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it today. I knew it was working, tested it in the week, so I thought, right, jump on and say hello. As I say, Chris and I go back quite a while. Although we've never actually met Chris, which is a bit annoying, really. We'll have to try and sort that out at some point. But yeah, I never met in person, but the voice is very familiar. Listen now, if he's called you Michael, it's because he thinks you're godlike, because that's what Michael means. Godlike. Over to you, Chris, GW7ODP on that bombshell.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, of course, yeah, that's the thing. We never did meet. But of course, yeah, things happened, and of course, yeah. Before I was licensed, trying to get each other on PMR as you went across the top of where I lived, and things like that. And of course, then yeah, I got licensed, and then I didn't shut up. But yeah, it's all good there. So we go round to Smokey now, 2M0OKIE. Yeah, 2M0KIE even. Round to you there.
Yeah, cheers, Chris. You returning back to the group there. I got a wee chuckle there when I forget your name. Guys, they say, Monty would say, I'm 4,300 miles. I got a wee laugh at that because I was just imagining, and even Monty's actual voice saying that was quite funny. It was quite funny. That's exactly what he would say, you know. And that was his type of humour. So, oh yeah, I need to come. I mean, it's sad that I'm on today for the occasion it is. You know, I just get caught up with other things and stuff going on in the house and stuff here. But I need to try and make a bit more free time and come back on hear all the voices. To hear all the voices on. Oh, so I don't know if I'm breaking up because it keeps timing me out here on my dashboard, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll pass it back to you there, Chris, in case it's just in case I've got no audio there. So back to you, Chris, M7CCS 10-0KI.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, yep, well, you let it slip earlier. Monty configured it for you. And, of course, yep, you've probably just booted it up out of the drawer, and it hasn't had an update. So I will, whatever the IP address is to get into it, where you've got into it, you need a colon and then 4 2s. Press enter and you'll get a black screen. DStar and Raspberry. Instead of going through it, and if you don't catch it, I'll send it to you. And then you need to type in sudo DStar update, because it will definitely need one. And doing it that way, it's doing it in the little DOS window, it will pull all the latest and chuck it in there. So we might lose you whilst you do it, but it's worth doing, and that's probably what the little breaky bits are. is literally because it's not been used for a while. So we'll try and go around to David now. M0 Lima Hotel Juliet.
Yeah, Mark. Lima Hotel Juliet, back to the group. Yes, group. Yes, thank you for this. It was this is about it. I'm not here to say and to pieces of that and there's an let's say or whatever time it was going to be drinking at the your website. I think it was anyway, I think CW went from the W.D.R.G. I know I started to do it.
Yeah, Mike 7 Charlie Sierra. Yeah, not a problem there. And of course, yep, cqnorthwest connects over to us, and W.D.R.G, and of course we go out of all of those gateways as well. And of course he's got the net announcements there, which makes you aware of that. And yeah, we've been running for 7 years really, but yeah, not in the same place. But of course, yeah, that's how long the Saturday Ragchew Net's been going. And of course, yeah, you're welcome to join in. And yeah, it's good to get you on, and of course, yeah, speak to people connected from over there. Of course, yep, Steve GW5VOG. He sometimes frequents cqnorthwest. That's the way he will connect over in. And so as well, but of course, yeah, it's quite valuable. It gets people in, and of course, yeah, it's been valuable to me in times if some of our own is gone. So say the WiresX was to go, I know I could go over to cqnorthwest now, connect it, and carry on using the WiresX radio. But I would pretty much grab a DMR radio first. So yeah, that's all good. So we'll try and go to G3SEA, round to Paul in Honolulu.
Yeah, good morning all. Aloha. It's 9:11 a.m. here in Honolulu. So we're 11 hours behind you. And after several storms in the last few weeks, we now have nice weather. Amen. Sounds strange coming from Hawaii, but the weather's normally beautiful, but we do get some crummy weather sometimes, so there we go. To the gentleman mentioning the propagation, apparently the peak was in October of 2024, so we've come off it quite a bit, going down, so that's that. I've had some success with just a little G90, 20 watts, a simple whip, and getting around the world on FT8. That was a lot of fun. So FT8, yeah, it's very, very good. One of the lads on the net has a suffix of VOG, VOG. That's something they get down on the Big Island when the Kilauea volcano starts spouting. And what this caused is not fog, they call it VOG, from a volcano, V-O-G. So a little bit of info on that. Originally from London, North London, notorious North London. And I learned to surf in Yuki, so I know what hypothermia is. And worked for BT, worked in telecoms and wireless. We are retired. I'll make this a one and done because we have to get out in about 20 minutes. So 73, aloha to everybody back home, and wish you well from Kilo Hotel 6/G3 SCA. Back to you, Chris M7CCS from KH6/G3 SCA. Aloha.
Yeah, not a problem there, Paul. And yeah, thanks for coming in. And it's good to hear you on the net, and of course it's good to have some new people on as well. And of course, yeah, without the participants of a net, it's not a net. So we'll try and go round now to Golf 1 Hotel Sierra Mike. Hang on, that's my mistake, it's a listen only. It was a listen only station. So, if anyone else would like to check in to the Saturday Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over. Okay, nothing heard. So we go to the top of the list, and we will go to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Chris, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa here. We're getting people from all over today. Very interesting net. Like I said, I thought we were at the top of the cycle this year, but I guess I was a little off on that. But I do notice that things are beginning to change a little bit on some of our transmissions. Some days are really good, other days not so good. And plus, we're all having a lot of solar storms. The sun is, I guess, going through its spring cycle as well. But it makes for interesting times. I was on Parks on the Air this morning doing single sideband on it and made some very interesting contacts on it. It's a great little way to do to connect people around here. I mean, not really. I'm from coast to coast. I have one antenna that seems to do really well annotating from north to south. So I can pick up stations up in the northeast all the way down to Florida. Florida is especially good for me. But so Parks on the Air is something every once in a while I'll do. We were talking last night on my net that there was so many things, different things to do with ham radio. It's hard to run out of or get bored with this hobby because there is so much that you can do, from the digital communications to the HF to just UHF, VHF. Matter of fact, in the last year and a half or so, I started up these little cheap handheld radios on VHF and UHF. And they're really fun to learn and play with me anyway. I've got quite a little collection now. Looks like a little garden sitting around my hand shack of little handhelds with a little antenna sticking up out of the air. So it makes for an interesting week to see what I can pick up and see how different people sound on different radios, especially locally here. My goodness, that's an old picture of me that you're showing, Chris. That's circa probably early 1990s, 1980s. So I wish I looked like that still. And anyway, that's what I've got for right now. I'll probably do a food porn later on. And this is Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Not connected. Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, yep, that's your QRZ picture. So whatever your QRZ picture is, that's what comes up on there. Yeah, I'm just showing, well, I'm connected to cqnorthwest, so there's peanut there. That provides the live stream audio, but I don't always bring it into shot. I've normally got it hidden behind all of the live stream, so that it's not in shot. But I thought it would be pretty cool. Of course, yeah, if I bring it into shot like I have, of course, yeah, it shows everyone's QRZ picture. But it is about to do a time machine jump, because of course, yeah, for some reason, through the peanut, yeah, Steve's call sign gets demoted. Right, round to you there, Steve. GW5 VOG.
GW5 VOG returning, yeah. I don't mind about that. I've told you before. I'm quite happy to use all of my call signs. I've got a foundation one still, M7AFP, Alpha Foxtrot thingy. Right, talking about call signs now, I know my VOG doesn't just mean Vale of Glamorgan, which is the county or the sort of local county borough that I live in. It means fog mixed with volcanic ash in Hawaii, so that's a little bit more exotic, isn't it, really? Yeah, it is, as Michael said, it's a very wide-ranging net today, and I think that was really one of the most exotic ones we've had, Honolulu, I think. And yeah, so the other big things that have been happening to me this week, it's not really a big thing, but we've got a water leak somewhere. Our water bills have gone up like mad, and the water board has told us it's in our property somewhere, and that kind of thing. So we've been paying twice as much as we should for water. And anyway, we finally got Dynarod to come and test the whole system yesterday. I had to get up very early in the morning yet again, and get ready for them. And they put gas under pressure into your water from where your water meter is outside. Pump it into the whole system in your house. Then a guy goes around with a detector, and wherever the leak is, it shows because the gas leaks out. And guess what? The leak was under the pavement near the water meter, which is what to be honest, I think I told the water board that I thought it was somewhere like that ages ago, because it started after they dug all our pavement up and did something to our water meter. I'm not quite sure what. They never actually told us what they were doing. But anyway, so that was good, and that'll have quite good financial implications for me. I might get some of my money back that I was paid too much. Anyway, back to you, Chris.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, of course, it's always the way. They always try and pass the buck, even the energy companies. Oh, I'm using too much gas. Oh, no, you're not. I'm being charged too much for gas. Oh, no, the problem must be your end. And all this lot. And then, yeah, it comes to it, and then it turns out to be their end. Yeah, they try and work out whether the split is just across the boundary, and whether you've got to pay for it or they got to pay for it. Yeah, yeah, if it's their, well, it's their pipe. Yeah, I think you do a refund. They owe you the money because you've been overpaying for it. So we will go round to Rod G0 EUZ.
G0, you said, back to the group. Yeah, that's a good one, that, Steve. I'm surprised. Yeah. I remember we had a leak. It was a filter that goes into the boiler that split, and I contacted them and said, you know, I'd used all this water and it was a leak, you know, and they made me pay for the water, but they took off the sewage aspect of the water because obviously it wasn't going back down the drain. So I did save something, but it was before we moved into the house, so we weren't entirely sure how long it had been going on. It was over a winter, so there you go. But yeah, you're lucky that it's on the pavement side and not on your side, because I believe you're responsible from when it enters your property, even though part of that will be their pipe up to your meter. So I don't know about that, but yeah, that's a good result. And yeah, I'm surprised the peak of the cycle was back in 23. I thought that was the bottom, and we were going up from there. Obviously got the wrong end of the stick. So never mind. Hopefully I'll stick around for the next one. So there we go. But they're definitely getting shorter. And more unpredictable, I think. You know. So there we go. Never mind. So what else was there? Yeah, Honolulu, very nice contact that. Well, hopefully he'll come back again. So back to you, Chris. M7CCS G0, use it.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, it's just reminded me that Monty had plumbing problems. I can remember, I was in Wales at the time, and he had the problem with the drain, didn't he? And he kept telling us about this drain, and it turned out to be, yeah, the responsibility of the water, not him, and all that kind of thing. But yeah, if they can pass the buck, they will try and pass the buck. So we will go round now to City M7 EMH. Okay, I will mark him as listening now. Yep, nothing heard from City there. So that's marked. Right, we will try for Tom again, K2HZE. Okay, so we'll see how big the update was, or whether he's done an update, or whether he's just, it's working, so I'm going to stay with it. Rank 2M0 KIE, Keith.
2M0 KIE return. Yeah, I've not had a chance to do this, so I'll keep this over quite short in case it pops me out there. But I will do the update once I get off this and get the wee boys up in the bed. I'll not get a chance to turn it in my ear here. So. As for propagation, I mean, I thought the peak was the summer last year, but maybe it was the end of 24, I'm not sure. There is some nice propagation out there still. I mean, I got ferry on 15 meters. So we get ferry there. And as well, most nights on 20 meters out here in North America as well. So there is some prop out there for sure. Every day right enough. But there is still some nice things there. If we're active, we'll keep it in. I don't really know what else to say. I'm going to pass it back to you there, Chris. I might just be listening for the next couple of rounds or whatever, because I need to get the wee boys settled there as well. And I'll try and make a point of coming back here more often and saying hello to yourself and the rest of the guys. And as I say, it's nice to hear people from all over. Good to hear Hawaii there and North America and England and sorts, you know, so really good. Anyway, I'll not hold it because it looks like it's timing out my side. So I'll pass it back to you there, Chris M7CCS from 2M0KI.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Not a problem there, Keith, and yeah, I've sorted that one out. Of course, yeah, I've marked you as a 7-3, so you are there just listening, and of course, yeah, just run those commands that I said, and yeah, it should all come back to life without the drops. But yeah, it was good enough to get you in for tonight, so not a problem. So I will bid you a 7-3. Everybody I've got in the list now is listening. We'll see if anybody else would like to join us for the Saturday Ragchew Net. If you would, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over. Okay, so it's round 2, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa, and yeah, it's time to put Dog Tanya, because it literally is. It's Michael, it's Steve, it's Rod, it's myself, all in play, but we have the listeners as well. So over to you there, Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Chris, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa here, and I used my old friend Google to Google this top of the cycle, and according to Google, it did reach the solar maximum in October of 2024, according to NOAA, the weather forecaster at NASA. But it also says here that the strong solar flares and aureola displays were expected through 2025, like we've seen, and to early 2026, just like we've seen, because we've had a lot of different solar storms and cycles and flares and things like that. And that was what kind of gets our radio waves, their long distance connections. So we're probably still in some of it, but again, it's during this year, it's beginning to start tapering off. And if you if you put when is the top of the 11-year cycle, they have a bright little graphic of it and everything like that. So that kind of clears it all up. It did start at 2024, October 2024, but we're probably still coming out of it at this point in time. So there we go. So we're back down to the Four Musketeers, I guess, huh? Still had a good week, or still have a good net going on. Real quick, my wife has not been feeling too well this week. It's one of her things that makes her feel better is to cook. So she made a Cajun Alfredo sauce with chicken, very tasty, a little bit spicy, a little bit of heat there. And she also made I can't remember all the things she made. She made a chicken salad for putting on breads and sandwiches, and also an egg salad and also ham salad. And so she did those this week. And beef, I can't remember now. But several different things coming up. We're hoping to get her numbers back up. They're not doing too well. And with that, I'll turn you back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, this afternoon, yeah, the weather was, it was quite nice when we woke up. So, yeah, we had what we call our emergency barbecue pack in the freezer. So we've got 20 burgers and we had 8 jumbo sausages. I did go down to Tesco's and went and got some other little bits as well, and because we had to get the charcoal. So of course, yeah, we had a bit of a barbecue for dinner. So that's the food porn for today. And of course, yeah, we always cook too much, so there's enough for me and Donna. So there will be more for me and Donna later on. So yeah, that's the food porn of the day. So we will go around to Steve, GW5VOG.
GW5VOG returning, thank you, Chris. Just actually on the live feed, which I've just glanced over at, I think it's running with a bit of a lag, quite a lot of latency. So I've still got Michael's picture up that he referred to earlier. That's the first time I've seen that picture. And you are a very young-looking, handsome sailor boy there, I think. So yeah, that's a nice picture of you from the past there. I did see my picture that came up with my wife, which I haven't looked at my own QRZ page for ages, so I don't remember that being the picture that's on there. But anyway, that's where it must have come from. And just out of interest, Chris, that picture was taken at Westernbert Arboretum over in the old Cotswoldy area, near Cirencester, isn't it, and by the badminton estate. So that's where that was, over your way, kind of. Yeah, so when we had the water people here, Dyna-Rod Plumbing Division, we couldn't, because they were working in the hallway, we were sort of trapped in one room. So we spent virtually the whole day watching the election results coming in for our local sort of parliament for our local country in Wales here. And so yeah, we were all day watching politics on television, and I found it quite interesting, actually. It was quite exciting seeing the results coming. We had a very weird new system of voting which nobody really understands that well, and yeah, so it was quite interesting. Okay, so back to you, Chris, M7CCS from GW5VOG.
Yeah, Mike 7 Charlie Sierra. Well, it's very weird because yeah, where I live, well, in Cheltenham, so yeah, you can vote. In Gloucester, you could vote, I think. But of course, yeah, Churchdown or Shirlington, you couldn't vote. It comes under Tewkesbury Borough Council, but it's voted for via Tewkesbury Summit or other. And yeah, we don't get the vote. It's like only so many years or something that we participate in the vote for local elections. So yeah, we didn't get to. But I did see a lot. I saw some maps on a news channel actually, and yeah, a lot. There was a very small bit of red. That's all I'll say on that subject. So we'll go around to Rod G0 EUZ.
G0 EUZ, back to the group. Yeah, all brilliant, that. Yeah. Yeah, I must admit, by now I'm pretty sick of the election. That's all that the news is coming up with day after day, you know, well, since Thursday anyway. There might be nothing else in the world happening, which is a shame. But yeah, we got to vote this year for local council. Well, the county council, not the parish council, the county council. So we voted. I took my daughter with us this time because she normally votes she has a postal vote. But for some reason, they wouldn't accept a signature electronically. So she had to go and vote in person. They wouldn't send her out a postal vote, which is unbelievable. But there you go. She quite enjoyed going, actually, because she's never voted in person. And my granddaughter, she asked how she would get a vote, register for a vote. So I told her how, and I mean, she's 20 this year, just turned in February, so she missed this year. It'll be next one, I think, before she gets a chance. Yeah, you get to vote every 3 years, don't you? A third of the council go every year. So if your particular area doesn't go, you have to wait till 3 years for it, which is a good system, I suppose. But there we go. What else was there? Yeah, Michael, I had a look at the on Google, and yeah, I was surprised. I was very surprised. That peak I thought was the bottom of the trough, and we were on the way up. So yeah, obviously we're on the way back down again now. Oh dear. But to be fair, I'm doing very little radio anyway. So, but I did want to do some this week, and I was going to set things up. And in fact, I'd even thought about doing it outside, setting up a radio on the patio. But I didn't get round to that either. Very sad. I had two cars to give a good clean out yesterday. That took me all day because it was nice and sunny. Today was nice and sunny as well, so I just sat around. I didn't do very much at all. But I enjoyed doing the very little.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, Rod, you've hit a time, mate. Over it, but it's all good. Right, we'll give the option to see if anyone else is there that would like to join us. If you would, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over. Yeah, if you'd like to join the Saturday Ragchew, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over. Okay, nothing heard, everything's reset. Round to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Chris, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa here. And when we go back to just the four of us, it goes around pretty quick, I've noticed. But anyway, yeah, I'm not looking forward to the other end of the cycle. I remember when I first got my ticket on ham radio, it was about 7 years ago. At that point in time, we were at the bottom of cycle number 24, and there was always a lot of noise on the airwaves, and people were always complaining about it. I didn't know anything about what they were complaining about because I didn't have any experience on it. I just knew that I wasn't quite as, I couldn't hear people quite as well. At that point in time, a lot of background noise and static and things like that. I met a gentleman on Echolink from Canada that I was telling him I was interested in getting my next license, which would let me get on HF and find an HF radio. And he told me, he said, wait on that. He said, if I were you, I would wait on that. Use your UHF, VHF handy talkie radio for a while. Get used to how you're doing the talking on it, and use Echolink if you want to go outside the long distances and wait, because then in the middle of the next cycle it'll clear up and you can be able to talk to it all over the world. Well, I followed his advice and that was perfect, because by the time I was had enough experience, enough background, enough knowledge to get an HF radio, the bands had kind of cleared up, and I was very happy with the results. So it never really truly dies, but it does get a little more frustrating as you get on down through it. Once you've been through the good side, you now understand what the bad side it feels like that. But 11-year cycle is a nice little run. We'll see how it goes on the other in the next cycle. And I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, there was, yeah, I remember people saying that we were waiting for it to all open up, and yeah, now it seems like it's closing up. So, yeah, Stephen Hawking kept saying that, didn't he? There was a black hole and then there wasn't one. But, yeah, of course, it's propagation, but it's unpredictable, I suppose. But they try to predict it. So we go around to Steve, GW5, VOG.
GW5 VOG returning. Yeah, I'm exactly the same as everyone else with the cycle. I thought we were just at the top now, actually. In fact, I'm sure I read somewhere about 3 weeks ago that the bands were really good and you know, tremendously active, and could this be the actual top of the cycle now? Of course, it isn't a precise art. It's every 11 years is kind of near to what it is. I don't think it sticks to that precisely. In fact, I think some people think that it's not an 11-year cycle. It's a 22-year cycle. So each half of the cycle can change, but it evens out over 22 years. So obviously it does go up and down in sometime in one of the halves, if you know what I mean. But it's not exactly 11 years each half of the 22-year cycle. That's what some people think. But yeah, you know, it wouldn't surprise anyone if it was changing slightly. Everything else seems to be changing, doesn't it, with climate change and all that kind of thing. So I mean, obviously the sun's not really doing climate change at the moment, but the way that the ionosphere reacts to it and that kind of thing could be changing. You never know. So yeah, oh, there's your pictures on there now, Chris. I did see Rod's picture, but the big blue band with the message going across the thing was sort of blocking out half of Rod's face, so he looked like he was just peering over the blue flash at the bottom. So that's quite amusing, really. But you know, we're all having our pictures today. Mine's just come on now, and there I am, looking quite a bit younger than I look now. It's not that many years ago, but I do look a little bit more fresh-faced than I do now, and it might have been the country air. And yeah, we were having a nice day out in the Arboretum. We joined, paid I think £90 for a year's joint membership, so we could go a few times free, and okay, sorry, just timed out there. I just got my dashboard back on. It had cut off. I just saw it going 179, and There we are. So yeah, we joined as you know, an annual membership fee for Western Burt Arboretum, but you also get Batsford, which is up in somewhere like Chipping Norton or Chipping Hook Norton or somewhere like that, in the Cotswolds, and we've been there a few times, and we could get in there free as well because we're a member at Western Burt, and that's we've done that a couple of times when we've stayed in Cheltenham. So there we are. Anyway, back to you then, Chris. Have my second cycle here. I think I was at the top of my time cycle then. Now it's downhill. So M7CCS from GW5VOG.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. We'll be getting the weather announcement soon, I reckon. But yeah, we'll try and get it round to Rod, and then we will get it round to David M0LHJ. He actually put on to the YouTube that he was still there. We did call, but we didn't get a response. But yeah, he said that he's still there, so I've reinstated him, so he will be after Rod. I've informed him that the live stream is delayed, and of course, yeah, my picture that shows up, I was a bit younger, 2024 that picture, Blackpool, just after we'd won Best Stand. Right, we will go right now to Rod G0 EUZ.
G08UZ, back to the group, yeah. No, it's quite strange seeing the photograph. It's not my best for sure. I don't think I've got any older on it, mind. Don't look any different. It's I'm saying it's not a good photograph. It's me that's not don't make a good picture. But there we go. I know when the hospital app was first introduced, I put a photo on there, and the consultant says you could have picked a better photo. But it's always the same, isn't it? If you're trying to take your own picture, you're looking down and it doesn't look right. You know, but hey ho. It's all the scars on my face that does it. If I don't get the light right, they stand out a mile. Anyway, never mind. Yeah, the timeout seemed to be very quick this time. I didn't think I'd talk that long, but there we go. So yeah, I'll pass it back to you, Chris. M7CCS G0 EUZ.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. It never seems that long when you time out. And of course, yeah, on my Anytone, I'll get the noise, but I've timed out. On here, I can keep talking. I'll get the timeout noise, but I've got about 20 seconds left. But yeah, you can set the timeout time on the YouTube. I don't. Then again, you must be able to set a timeout even if you're in direct mode. Yeah. So yeah, there's an option. But yeah, I set the timeout on mine, and of course, if I keep going, I will get the timeout. And then I know I've got a couple of seconds to quickly chuck it over. But yeah, with the Anytone I haven't. With the F270 I got timeout on that as well. It'll tell me, and then I've got a little bit of time. And then of course with my TYT, the Open GD77, that will actually alert me twice before actually doing a timeout and timing out. But yeah, it's at at the 5-second mark as you're coming up to the end. But you know you're coming up to it when you get to your beeps, and yeah, less chance of timing out there. Yeah, I always set the time out at the standard 180. So of course, yeah, at 180, you'd hit the time out. So we will go round to David now at M0 Lima Hotel Juliet.
Yeah, M0 Lima Hotel Juliet, back to the group. Thanks, Chris. I wondered if everybody's looking at something different from me. I'm looking at the YouTube live stream after I heard someone mentioned it. I did a quick search. But you guys are all like mentioning pictures that aren't being displayed on YouTube when I'm looking at it. So is there another dashboard or something? I'm not sure. It just caused me a bit of confusion. It's easily done. I think it was Steve that was mentioning about his water pipes. You know, we had the same problem here. Severn Trent is our water provider. And last year, we had exactly that. Can you please pay us some money? You owe us £6,000. And it turned out that 6,000 litres a day was apparently going missing in our garden. You wouldn't have known it was in our garden. It's not like it was a swamp or anything. And they came out, did some poking around, decided that they couldn't find it, and then sent another team out with the gas thing, and their first detection was actually in the pavement. And then they sent someone around to fix that, and then they decided that wasn't where it was leaking, so they came to do it again. Then they decided it was in the middle of the garden and hit me with some sort of legal notice to say I had 72 days to fix it, or else. Yeah, that was expensive. That cost me £1,500 to get a crew in from Wrexham to dig up the... It was cheaper to just replace the pipe round to the stopcock rather than try and find the leak in the garden. I mean, they knew roughly where it was, but there's no guarantee that if you fix, you know, one leaky pipe that it won't leak somewhere else. You know, it's an old house, so it could leak anywhere. Anyway, that was expensive. That was money I could have spent on a radio or something useful, but it went into a pipe. Yeah, it's funny that there's three of us on the net that all had similar leaky pipes. Yeah, if there is a live dashboard, let me know, Chris. Back to you.
CQNW weather update. In the northwest of England, temperatures are around 9 to 10 degrees, with Manchester at 9, Blackpool at 10, Stoke-on-Trent at 9, and Crewe at 10 degrees. Winds are light, with speeds generally around 1 to 7 miles per hour. No severe weather warnings are in effect today, so you can breathe easy. 7-3 from M0NWX.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, and I knew that weather update was coming, but it came a little bit later than we predicted it. Yeah, the picture we're referring to when you're talking on the live stream, of course, yeah, I don't think you've got a picture for QRZ, because they come from QRZ, so you should see it, and of course you can see the call sign, the flag, the DMR ID number, the location, which is actually wrong there on Peanut, and of course, yeah, a picture of me holding a cup there, a trophy. That's the pictures that people were referring to. And of course, the way that's done is cqnorthwest, which we've just had the weather update from, that connects in. Of course, yeah, it's got a peanut room. So the audio that goes to the live stream comes from Peanut. Of course, I don't always show it, but I pulled it up tonight there, and of course, yeah, it brings up the pictures. If you've got a picture for QRZ, it brings the pictures up there. So yeah, you should see it change now. as well. Right, next I'm not going to bother about the calling because of the time, but we definitely are going to be going round and doing it a 7-3 round, unless G4GIN, it's one of them call signs, G4GIN, if you would like an over, the sat there in Peanut there. And yeah, without my logging into QRZ, I think his name is Bill, and it does say Kent on the contact email, but yeah, I'm not sure whether that is the location. So yeah, would you like an over on the Saturday Ragchew Net, Bill? G4GIN. Okay, we're marking the log as listening there, but of course, yeah, I acknowledge if I see a call sign and it goes into the log, but he has jumped out, unfortunately. So we will go for the 7-3 round now. So we go round to Michael for his last over and 7-3. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Chris, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. It's kind of like we started with a large group, kind of like, somebody sits up and starts making a speech, and a large crowd gathers around, and then as it begins to go along, then people begin to drift away from it, and then next thing you know, you only have the core 3 or 4 people. It seems like that's how it ended then. We had our large group of people checking in left and right, and then by the time we got towards the halfway point, we began to slowly cut down to the 4 Musketeers and maybe 1 or 2 others. So, but either way, it's been a net. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the pictures. I sure wish I still had that hair. That's the only professional picture of me in my uniform. My first wife wanted me to take something like that. I don't know if she wasn't her exact reason for doing that, but it does look pretty good because it's all airbrush, picture that looks fairly decent for me. I surely do wish I had that hair back in the wintertime, especially. Cover that ever creeping bald spot I've got going. Actually, it's completed now. But anyway, it's good to talk to all you guys today. I'm sure we're going to miss Monty as it goes on. But like I say, everybody has their time in the season. And Monty left us with a lot of great memories and a lot of laughs with it, too. And I'll say at this point in time, 73 to everybody. Everybody have a great, safe, healthy week, and we'll talk again next Saturday from 73 from Whiskey Alpha 5 from Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, 7-3 there, Michael, and thank you very much. And of course, yeah, he did leave us with a lot of memories and a lot of the jokiness as well. So, GW5 of VOG, round G for your last over and 7-3.
GW5VOG returning. Thank you, Chris. 73 to everybody then. Very wide-reaching and extensive net tonight. And we have ended up with just the usual suspects, but kind of started with the same, but then we went on a tour around the world, I think, didn't we? Michael, I've just been trying to work out what rank you were when that photo was taken. So is that a Chief Petty Officer, maybe? You can tell me next week. I don't know. It's like a kind of a sergeant 3-stripe thing, isn't it? So perhaps a Chief Petty Officer. So yeah, it's funny that's a rank in the Royal Navy as well. So shows how our armed forces are kind of closely linked, historically and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's a strange title, really, isn't it? Petty officer. It's very old-fashioned. Anyway, 73 to everyone. Keep safe, and hope everyone is well, and see you all, or speak to you all next week. Thank you for being Net Controller, Chris, and so back to you, M7CCS from W5ERG.
Yeah, Mike 7 Charlie Sierra, thanks very much there, Steve, and a 7-3 to you there. So we'll go round to G0EUZ for your last over and 7-3.
G0EUZ, back to the group, yeah. Okay, yeah. Chris, thanks very much for looking after us tonight. It's been a good net, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And we'll hopefully do it again next week. So in the meantime, everybody have a good week, and we'll say 7-3s from Cambridge. M7CCS, G0EUZ.
Yeah, Mike 7 Charlie Sierra, yep, 7-3 there. And now we go round to David for his 7-3, M0 Lima Hotel Juliet.
Yeah, Mike 0 Lima Hotel Juliet, back to the group. I'm just watching the YouTube. It's actually just now showing me the bit from my last over, so it's quite a bit delayed. It's just a bit weird, that's all. Yeah, well, this was quite a happen chance for me, really. Like I said, I was listening to GP70Z. It made an announcement. I thought I'd stay on, and it's been very interesting. And I might try YSX next time. You'll be able to see me then, I think, on your YSX software, if you've got that somewhere on your screen. Anyway, it was nice to hear from all the other stations, different parts of the world and the UK. I'll, like I said, I'll try and join again next Saturday. So I'll say 73s, and thank you, Chris. Back to you.
Yeah, Mike 7 Charlie Sierra. Yeah, it sometimes goes like that. On the live stream, you'll click in and it wants to show you, more of the beginning than the end. And then that's why I said it can become delayed no matter where you come in there watching live. So that's what happens. But yeah, I hope to have you again. And of course, yeah, not this week, but next week on a Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. We have the W.D.R.G net. That's another net on here, which it will all be connected over as it is now. It should be. And of course, yeah, hopefully you'll join City for that one, but that's fortnightly. But you can check out the website, which is going along the bottom of the live stream in that little blue bar occasionally, www.wdrg.uk. So yeah, it is going across there, and of course you'll actually find a live dashboard there as well, but obviously it doesn't do pictures, and the XLX server last heard dashboard, and you'll see everything that's going on the XLX. But of course, yeah, and the updates, they go out. So of course, next week on the Ragchew Net, of course, we actually get to the end, and yeah, the window changed. I'm a bit delayed in pressing it this week, there, but yeah, we get to the end there, and of course it says about Citizen.net, but not applicable for this week. And then of course it does on the right hand side. You'll read that if you label and GW5VOG. We had a 2E0TXW. We had G0EUZ. We had M7EMH. We had K2 Hotel Zulu Echo. We had Golf Whiskey 7 Oscar Delta Papa. We had 2M0OKE Keith. We had M0LHJ David. We had G3SEA. And that was Paul in Honolulu. Golf 1 Hotel Sierra Mike was listening. Golf 8 0 Oscar Sierra was listening. N6 UTC was listening. And G4GIN was listening for a while. 7-3, I've been Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Try and talk on the network in the week so it doesn't sit dormant. Sorry for the cough there. And of course, join City for his nets as well. And if you're watching on the YouTube, subscribe. 7-3 for now.